Are you a high achieving, ambitious woman who's really trying to figure out, is this guy the one for me? Is he really right for me? Or maybe you just need to know what are those non-negotiables that a high achieving woman must have in order to be in a successful relationship. Don't worry, I got you. I'm here to help you. My name is Stacey. I'm a relationship expert, and I help high achieving, ambitious women just like you have the relationship that you deserve. So let's dive in. I've got 9 qualities that you absolutely must have in a guy. Because when you're that strong, some people like to call it an alpha female. I don't really call it that. But when you're that strong, ambitious, high achieving woman, there are things about you that you are just different and you absolutely must have if your relationship is going to be successful. Maybe you've been told you're intimidating, or maybe you've been ghosted. These are all things because there's not anything wrong with you. It's the type of men that you're either attracting or that you're getting into a relationship with. So the first thing you need to consider is, does he challenge you? And when I say challenge you, I don't mean in a bad way where he's like antagonistic, but is he a challenge for you? Because as that ambitious woman, you don't want that man who's just going to roll over and play dead for you. You don't want that guy who doesn't have any vision, doesn't have a plan for his life. He needs to challenge you, but in a way that's positive and healthy. So that's the first thing you need to ask yourself is, how is he with challenging me? The second thing is, he needs to be comfortable in his own skin. And that's a security thing where he doesn't have insecurities. He's not triggered by you. He doesn't run hot and cold and get inconsistent because he's so comfortable in his own skin. He's confident in who he is. And he's not trying to compete with you because he's so good with who he is. The third thing you have to think about is, does he have his own plans? Does he have his own life? Like when you met him, was he active and involved in other things, other organizations with his career? Maybe he's, planning a guy's trip, or he goes golfing, or, goes to play football or basketball, goes to the gym. You want him to have his own plans, because eventually if he doesn't have his own plans, if everything just kind of has to revolve around, well, what do you want to do? That will drive you as an ambitious woman. That'll drive you nuts. And so you need somebody who absolutely has his own plans. He has his own life, his own thing going. The next thing that I need you to consider, the fourth thing, is that he knows how to diffuse a situation. Because ladies, let's face it, as high achieving, ambitious women, we can sometimes go from 0 to 100, where we can get really frustrated. Something doesn't work out. We can get really bothered, irritated. We can kind of, go a little left. I know I certainly can. So you don't have to own it. I'll own it for you. I can just go there like, oh my goodness, this didn't work out and I'm really upset. You want somebody who can diffuse a situation. You don't need someone who's going to get on the rafters with you and just make things worse and pour gasoline on an already roaring fire. You need somebody who can diffuse it and talk you off of the ledge. That's one of the things I love the most about my husband. I tease him. It's like, oh, thank you for taking me off the ledge. And so you want him to be able to know how to diffuse a situation. And even if there's disagreement between the two of you all, that he doesn't meet your high energy self with, the same kind of high energy, because then it becomes this whole big explosive thing. You want somebody who can say, you know what, let me just use some wisdom and diffuse it. The fifth thing you want to consider is that he knows how to take ownership for his wrong and apologize. Let's face it, there is nothing that can bother us more than a man he can't even man up and take responsibility and own his part in something. So you want him to be able to apologize and take ownership for it. And watch this, you want him to be able to offer a sincere apology, not an apology that sounds like, well, if I bothered you, or what you still upset about, or you still mad about that, or, those lame, what weak men do. You want him to be able to own it and give a sincere apology. Then you want somebody, it's the sixth thing is that you want somebody who's moving through life at the same speed that you are. Meaning, he has the same career goals that you do, similar goals, not as far as what you do, but where he wants to go with his career, what he values, what he wants to do with his finances, whether he wants to buy a home, buy a second home, have investment property, pay off debt, whatever it is. He's kind of moving with the same pace that you are. And he's moving in the relationship at the same pace that you are, where he's not too far out ahead of you and he's not too far behind you, but you both are evenly paced as you go through the process of getting to know each other. And it doesn't feel like it's off balance. The seventh thing you need is you need somebody who's going to tell you the truth. Now, I know this sounds like a simple thing, like, well, of course he would tell me the truth. I'm not talking about the truth as in like you caught him in a lie. I'm talking about the truth about yourself that you probably need to hear. Because as those strong, independent women, a lot of times people don't tell us the truth. Ladies, they just don't tell us because they don't know how we're going to react. Maybe they're intimidated to tell us the truth. So you need somebody who will tell you the truth, because if he's going to end up being your forever guy, your best life friend, you need him to be able to tell you the truth. Okay? And the eighth thing is you need him to want to be the wind beneath your wings. And that's why typically when you have a really, really strong woman, a high achieving woman, two of the same will butt heads. Somebody needs to be the wind. And so you want that guy, again, not the one who rolls over and plays dead and doesn't have a vision or a plan, but somebody who's like, you know what, I'm so comfortable in my own skin. I want to be the wind beneath your wings. I want to support what you value. I want to support what's meaningful to you. And he wants to be in that role because he believes in your goals. He has his own goals and he's perfectly good with you having your goals. And that becomes something that he values. So again, he wants to be the wind beneath your wings. And then the final thing is that he listens. And he's not listening, with just okay, let me just fix it or interrupting, but he's actually listening and he's hearing you. He hears you and he sees you and he values you. And that's on a whole different level than, you can hear somebody, but are you really listening? Is he hearing what you're actually saying? He's not listening, waiting to have a response or a rebuttal or defense or tell you what you should be doing, but he's truly listening and seeing and valuing you. And he's listening with his ears, but he's also listening in his heart. And so those are 9 non-negotiables that absolutely every high achieving woman must have, that ambitious, strong, confident woman. Because if you get that guy who's high achieving, high value, but you're competing with him, you're going to butt heads and you're going to get frustrated, and it's going to be a relationship that causes you more angst than anything else. And if you get the guy who just rolls over and can't handle, and he's insecure and he has to pull back and he's inconsistent and he's constantly getting triggered, you're going to get bored by that type of man. So you want the guy that has these 9 qualities. These 9 qualities are the setup for long-term success when you are that high-achieving, ambitious woman. And if you're dating a guy right now and you're not seeing these qualities, you need to really tap in and tune in and look for those qualities, because if they're not there, that could very well be a red flag. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give the thumbs up and be sure to like and subscribe to my channel so that you'll get notified every time I give a new video every week. Be sure to leave me a comment, let me know what you think, or if you have any questions, drop them in the comments as well. See you soon.